Soviet troops liberated Majdanek in July 1944, the first camp reached by Allied troops. A quick Soviet advance surprised the SS running the camp, and they tried to demolish the death facilities, especially the crematorium, but left the gas chambers intact for the Soviet troops to record. During the summer of 1944, Soviet soldiers reached the death camps of Belchek, Sobibor, and Treblinka. These camps were no longer intact because the Germans demolished them in 1943 after murdering the Jewish population of Poland. Soviets reached Auschwitz in January 1945. Most of the surviving prisoners were gone because the Germans forced them on the death marches, described by Elie Wiesel in Night. Loyal to their Nazi ideology, the German guards wanted to eliminate as many Jews as they could by not allowing the survivors to be liberated by the Russians, causing thousands to die in the death marches. In the process of liberating the camp, the Russians found a few thousand emaciated survivors, too ill to march, left behind in the haste of the German retreat. Ample evidence remained of the purpose of Auschwitz, including 14,000 pounds of human hair, according to the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. Russian troops continued to liberate additional concentration camps as their forces progressed, including camps in the former Baltic nations, and more famous and infamous camps like Sachsenhausen. British troops reached camps in northern Germany, including Bergen-Belsen, in mid-April, finding 60,000 survivors, but 10,000 soon perished after liberation due to a typhus epidemic and long-term malnutrition. Even after liberation, the Nazi plan to exterminate the Jews of Europe continued to take its toll. Americans managed to liberate Buchenwald in April 1945, finding 20,000 prisoners still alive. Americans also reached Dora Mittelbau, Flossenburg, Dachau, and Mauthausen. The survivors resembled human skeletons that shocked the liberators. American troops who liberated camps included American Jews, African American units, and Asian Americans. Finding the miserable state of the survivors and the mountains of bodies left a mark on American troops who participated in the liberation of the camps that lasted for the rest of their lives. Before the war, the world Jewish population was about 18.9 million. Here are the figures recorded in War Against the Jews for some of the nations with the largest numbers or largest percentages of loss. Poland, the Baltic states, Germany, Austria, Netherlands, Hungary, Belarus, Ukraine, Romania. Romania stopped killing Jews when it looked like Germany might lose the war. Altogether, the estimate of total Jewish losses is 5,934,000. About 67% of the Jewish population of Europe were murdered. 70 years after the war, the world Jewish population is about 14,250,000. Due to assimilation, low conversion rates to Judaism, and low birth rates in Western nations, the Jewish population has never recovered. About 40% of the world Jewish population lives in the United States, and 40% in Israel and 20% in the rest of the world. Just over 6 million Jews live in Israel, and somewhere between 5.7 million and 6.2 million Jews live in the U.S. Only a few countries have more than 100,000 Jews: Russia, Ukraine, counting mixed marriage children, Germany, France, Great Britain, Canada, Argentina, Australia, and Brazil. Jewish birth rates have increased primarily among Israelis and Orthodox Jews outside of Israel. Ironically, the country with the largest growth in its Jewish population since World War II outside of Israel has been Germany. At least 125,000 Jews from the former USSR migrated to Germany. While Hitler failed to eliminate all Jews, He succeeded in permanently reducing the world's Jewish population, virtually eliminating Jews in Eastern and Central Europe, and eliminating the centers of Yiddish-language Jewish culture. Hitler and the Nazi Party eliminated not only the Jews, but the vibrant Jewish civilization in Eastern Europe, especially in Poland, Hungary, and Romania. Remnant Jewish communities survived in Eastern Europe, but outside of Russia their chances for long-term survival are bleak.